Hello and welcome to another AQA GCSE 8300 series revision video. This is the June 2017 past papers. It's the third paper in the higher tier. It is a calculator paper, so we are allowed to use calculators. And we pick it up in question 26, which reads, here is an L shape. All dimensions are in centimetres. Okay. The area of the L shape is 65 centimetres squared. Work out the value for x. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is get the area of this entire L shape as an expression in terms of x, and then set that equal to the actual area of the L shape, which is 65 centimetres squared, and then solve for x. So what I would do is I would complete this line here. And now I've got a rectangle, well, I've got two rectangles. This whole length here is 10 centimetres. And the height is 3x plus 1. So the area of this rectangle is 10 times 3x plus 1. Now this rectangle here, we know the width is x, and this height here, well, the total height is 9, and this height is 3x plus 1, so this height here is 9 minus all of 3x plus 1. So the area of this rectangle is a rather ugly expression, x into 9 minus all of 3x plus 1. So our expression then is 10 into 3x plus 1 plus x into 9 minus all of 3x plus 1. And all that ugliness is equal to 65. Wow. So let's go about trying to simplify this a little bit. I can multiply 10 into 3x plus 1 easy enough, so that's just 30x. 10 times 3x is 30x, plus 10 times 1 is 10, plus x times 9 is 9x, minus, and this is x times 3x plus 1, so it's minus all of x into 3x plus 1. Which is equal to 65. So 30x plus, I'm going to leave this as 9x. I'm going to take that 10 over. Minus, so negative x times 3x is minus 3x squared, and then negative x times 1 is negative x. I should make that bracket looks rounder because I thought that was a 17. That's why good handwriting is important, which I don't have. which is equal to 65 minus the 10. So I've taken this 10 across. Okay, so can we simplify this any further? Well, I've got the minus 3x squared. There are no other x squared terms. So what have I got in terms of x terms? I've got 30x plus 9x is 39x, minus x is 38x. So that's plus 38x. And that's equal to 65 minus 10 is 55. This is looking an awful lot better. Okay, so I could start trying to see if I could factorize that, but I'm not going to bother. All I'm going to do is just take the 55 over, so I've got minus 3x squared plus 38x minus 55 is equal to 0. And I'm just going to shove that into the quadratic formula because quite frankly, it just looks so ugly that looks like the most easy thing to do. So this is minus b, which is minus 38, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's 38 squared, minus 4 times minus 3 times minus 55, and that's all over 2 times minus 3. So it's minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's equal to minus 38 plus or minus the square root of something all over 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And whatever goes in the square root, I'm just going to grab my calculator. Okay, so I've got my calculator. So I want 38 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times negative 55. And that's all equal to 784. That's 784. Okay, so now I'm going to square root the 784, add it to the negative 38 and divide by the negative 6. So I'm going to grab my calculator. Okay, so I've got my calculator, so I'm going to find the square root. Oh, so that's nice. That's just equal to 28. So if I add negative 38, I get negative 10, and then if I divide by negative 6, I get 1.666667. So x equals roughly 1.7, or 1 2/3. Because it's a quadratic equation, there should be another answer. So if you hold on a second, I'll just grab my calculator. Okay, I've got my calculator. So this time it's 38 negative minus the square root of 784, which is 28. And then I divide that by negative 6. And that comes to 11. So either x equals 1 2/3 or x equals 11. Now let's do a quick reality check. This longer length here is 10 centimeters. So if x was 11 centimeters, then this shorter length would be longer than the longest length. So that's just impossible. There's no branch of mathematics, I think. Well, there probably is, but certainly at GCSE level, there's no branch of mathematics that would say that the shorter length can be bigger than the longer length. I mean, that's just nonsense. So x equals 11 is a spurious answer that we got when we multiplied these x terms and got an x squared term. So this answer, x equals 11, is spurious. X cannot be 11. So x must be 1 2/3. So our answer is 1 2/3, or 1.666667 or whatever. Or you could have said 5/3. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. If you're taking your GCSEs this year, I'd like to wish you every success with your revision and every success with your exams, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.